All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to DevOps with AWS by Join DevOps. I'll quickly just give you an overview about the course and also the people you will be encountering with once you start the course. So first, definitely to introduce you to the trainer. The trainer for the batch is going to be Mr. Raghu. He has 16 plus years experience as a senior cloud architect. And he has also trained students, more than 6,500 plus students is what he has trained. Now, moving on to the course timings, it will be from Monday to Saturday, that is 6 days a week, from 6 to 7:30 in the morning. For 1.5 hours would be the timing for the course for 6 days a week. And moving to the course highlights, we will cover 120 plus hours of training. And also we will have real-time project experience. So this is just so you understand and you get a practical experience of how to use the tools, etc. And also to make you ready for the market. Now, we will have a daily 8-hour window that will be open, and we'll have a Q&A team who will support you throughout. Let's say it's questions regarding the course, regarding DevOps, anything. There will be a team that will help you out with all of your questions or queries that you have. Now, let's say that a certain day you don't get time to join the live session. You don't have to worry. We will have our recorded sessions in place. And also, another important point is that you will have lifetime access to these recordings. So that wouldn't be a problem. You will have lifetime access to these recordings. Moving on to the main point here, one of the main points throughout the course would be placement assistance. So we have a dedicated team who will be helping you out with resume preparation, mock interview, career guidance, all of these. I'll quickly introduce you to the people you will be encountering with throughout and during the course. Initially, definitely from the start till the end, Mr. Raghu will be there to support you throughout. And the second person would be a person who will give you career guidance, and that is none other than Shiva. He's also the founder of Join DevOps. He will be the best person to give you insights on the job market, on the scope of DevOps, depending on the region that you are in, etc. He is going to you will be encountering with him during the mid of the course. So the first 2 months will be completely dedicated to the tools, to DevOps, etc. Post that, we will slowly start with resume building, mock interview, career guidance sessions with Shiva, etc. We also have Krishna here with us on the call. She will be helping you out with resume building and mock interviews. So it so happens that many people have technical knowledge, but it sometimes is difficult for you to crack interviews or put the right things on your resume. That's when Krishna will come into play and she will help you build your resume and mock interviews as well. So Krishna, we have Krishna on the call. Krishna, if you could just say a few words and tell them about how you can help them in the coming days.
Hey, hello everyone. Thanks, Ashwati. So it's Krishna here. Yes, just like Ashwati mentioned, I'll be the training specialist at Join Devops throughout your entire journey. And I will be guiding you with how to craft standout resumes that are completely ATS friendly because ATS is the one that is trending in the market right now. And I cannot find any companies where they are not using ATS. So how to ace your HR interviews as well. So you can reach out to me anytime for any help regarding your job application. So yeah, let's make this journey very fruitful and exciting together.
Great. Thank you so much, Krishna. So we are all here for you, especially we have Raghu, Shiva, Krishna. You can reach out to them at any point in time for any help that you need during these 3.5 months. Also, if there are any Q&As post that as well, we will be there to support you. So I just one last thing. I want you all, I'll just give you a minute to go through this presentation. It's just a quick short overview about the course, just so you understand what is it that we will be doing throughout 3.5 months. So to start with, we'll start with the demo session, which is happening today. And also we will be giving you with 1 week free access. From day 5, we will start our real-time projects. Like I said, just so you get practical experience on these tools. For 2 months, this is going to be happening. That is all the tools. And Raghu will also be giving you a detailed syllabus for the course, the tools that you'll be covering, etc. Then, like I said, after 2 months, we'll be starting with the career guidance. We'll be starting with mock interviews with Krishna and resume building as well. And naturally, after 3.5 months, we'll complete the real-time projects as well. And to mention again, you will have lifetime access to these recording sessions. You can maybe take a minute to go through this slide just so you understand a little more about the course. And yes, and over to you, Raghu.
Hey, thank you, Ashwati. Hey, very good morning and good evening, everyone. Or maybe good morning. So hopefully the people from IST more. So yeah, so let's get it started. So today's agenda basically is going to be, let's understand end of the day, like, what we are actually going to learn. But however, before to that, let's try to set some bridging gap between bridging the things between, so what is DevOps and where it came from, what you're going to work and things like that. And based on that, we can, okay, so understand what you're actually learning and whether it is a relative way that you're learning or not, right? So, and then probably if you have any questions at the end, we can talk little leisurely. Okay. So let's try to complete the agenda first, and then we'll take the QS just for today. Otherwise, later sessions, it is going to be interactive, I mean, during the topic itself. So to start with, okay, so like, I mean, like Aswati has mentioned, so I already have, myself is Raghu, and I'm having 16 years of experience into IT, and I've been working in training for almost 13 years. And I've been working still, by the way. So this is just the, so other than work, we do is training, by the way. And most of my experience is into enterprise market. So that means big companies mostly, and into financial tech, especially fintech. So fintech, like banks. I'm working with a bank right now even, and prior to that I worked. I mean, even in banks, by the way, I worked in insurance sector. I worked in stock market, building the stock market applications and core banking applications and things like that. So that's about myself, and let's get it started. So today's agenda is like for you to take up, like, I mean, the DevOps course, but by the way, what you're going to learn and all. But first of all, let's understand, where are you getting this job from? Okay, you're ultimately going to get this job somewhere in the industry. So who is giving you the job? Like which business, right? So which business area of the software industry is actually giving you the job, by the way. Okay, that's what you need to understand. And the area whoever is working on with the software development lifecycle, they are the one, okay, going to help us in getting the job. Okay, whoever makes the products, and what kind of products we're talking about here is a web-based applications. Maybe it is not. So a web-based applications is the one. So today trend, if you try to understand, web is the trend, by the way. Now today you're attending the session. Most of you may be joining just on the web browser, right? But you're not installing something on your local laptop, by the way. And to attend the session, simply happening over the browser. Maybe you use many applications in your day-to-day life, by the way. So those are just accessible over the web. When we say web, by the way, even the mobile also you can consider as a web, because just mobile also, the application you install is just a frame, by the way. But end of the day, everything comes behind the scene is all web-based only. All right. So web is the trend, by the way. So web is the trend. It took, I mean, it has been went in such a way that, so even, I mean, as a best example, I always talk about is Windows 365 or Windows products, by the way, because such a legacy products, okay, even they are shipping on the cloud, by the way. So that means you simply access your machine anywhere in the globe just by opening the browser, just paying them, by the way, the subscription, whatever it is. And ultimately you're going to get so the machine accessible on the browser itself. So to that extent, okay, so the web-based applications went to, by the way. Okay. So that is what you need to understand. The majority of the business, like you take any sector also, they serve the customers over the web-based applications. Okay. So or ultimately like mobile as well. But whatever it is, they are helping you through some sort of applications built, by the way, right? And this is the place we're talking about. And yeah, you are going to get the opportunity to work, by the way, in the software development. In the software development again, so what are the, what are the different roles which is involved, by the way? Or let's take some products which are widely used in the market, or you may know some, some of these products, by the way. Let's understand how big these guys are. Okay. So we are just imagining, maybe we are using WhatsApp every day. Do you know how much big WhatsApp is? Or maybe you are using Netflix every day. Do you know how the Netflix is big every day? Or sorry, you're being using every day, but do you know how big it is? Right. So let's try to assume or get the information from the internet. So here I already took that information and just, kept in this particular page. So how many microservices that Netflix have? So the answer I'm getting is 1,000 microservices. Okay. So that means behind the scene, those are huge number of services that you are learning, by the way. Okay. And even it's massive. 1,000 means it's not small. So it's a massive one. So maybe we're just seeing the web page. Okay. Happily watching the movie, but behind the scene, okay. So how many services are there? We're not talking about servers here. Services we're talking about. Servers may be into 10x, 20x, maybe 100x also. Does not matter. Okay. So that means 1,000 into 100 also could be chance, or 1,000 into 10 also. We're not scaling on, we're not talking on the scale of infra. We're talking about the scale of application, by the way. So there are 1,000 microservices, 1,000 individual components working together to get a Netflix architecture. The same way, when you actually use Twitter, they're telling 1,200 microservices. And when you actually go to the Uber, they're saying that, they're running 2,200, so critical microservices to run the Uber. And you know that, so one of the famous car manufacturing company. So how many that, okay, how many clusters they are running for Mercedes Benz is almost, they're saying like, 900 Kubernetes clusters they are running for, they're running for their, infrastructure, by the way, or whatever their application. Okay. So think about like, so the web application we're talking about is not small things. Those are huge things. Okay. May not be like every company may not go at this scale. There may be at least not 1,000, there may be 100, right? At least, if there is no 100, by the way, I don't think so they're doing a very serious business, in fact. Okay. Or maybe even a small care company, at least 50 will be there easily. Okay. So that is an extent that you need to understand the number of microservices that you're going to work. By the way, okay, in the web applications, what you get it, at least there should be some scale. And that's where, okay, so just note this particular point. Okay, so just just remember this particular point. We'll reiterate this particular point again. And going to the next one. So now how do we make these such big projects, by the way? If we try to understand that, then what we're going to get an answer here is you're going to follow certain methodologies. Not only these, there are other methodologies, but well known the industry has seen the success towards is waterfall and agile. Okay. So waterfall model is basically is, you kind of gather the requirements. Okay. And then gather the requirements, gather the business requirements. Now I want to put a bank, by the way, for an example. Now let's say I want to start a bank or digitalize the bank product. Then you should start understanding what are the requirements that you should have in the bank. Okay. So you need to maintain a ledger. Okay. You need to maintain a balance. You need to have a login service. Okay. You need to have some taxation service that can tax you. Okay. Many things will be there. It's a massive thing. I'm not a business guy, but just, okay, I can, okay, basic understanding of my user as a user, by the way, right? So the same way, now they have to gather the requirements. Now, after gathering the requirements, like, how to make the product, the design. So there'll be a senior architects will be there. So they are going, or senior people who act as an architect. So they will take care of that. And the next one is, okay, they go to the implementation. That means the people start developing it, and QA will find out any bugs and all, so multiple cycles will happen. And finally comes to the maintenance to host somewhere in the server. So that, the end user can start accessing it. Okay. Now this cycle used to take 1 year, 1.5 year, very long time. Okay. So 6 months, 1 year, so such long time used to be there for waterfall model to get, succeeded, by the way. Okay, or to get succeeded in the sense like development completed kind of a thing. And after that, it comes to the operations guys to start, installing it on the servers and managing it, by the way. Now that's where if you look into the teams, also by the way, so now here is how the different team members also involved in the organization. It used to be in waterfall model. So how they were doing? So the gathering of the requirements will be done through business analyst. But we're talking about, at the level of where the actual development starts, by the way. But before to that, even there'll be more people. There'll be business people, and there'll be operations people, there'll be like, business operations again. Now, let's say for an example, I don't know, every one of you remember, by the way, uh, let's say you did a bank transfer, or maybe you do a credit card payment. Your payment got failed, but your amount got deducted. Some person will in the back end they'll fix you. So today maybe today you go to any to say like so any bank and you swipe, not bank but any store, and you swipe some unpredicted amount in your credit card, immediately you'll get a call. Okay, so asking maybe something like IVR call, you get it if it is fully automated, or else people like, let's say, so the people will call you and say that as a customer, hey, you swipe this card is a right transaction. Ops people, right? Business ops people. So those people will be there, and apart from that is a product, by the way. Product manager will be there, product owner will be there, okay, project manager will be there, POs, PMs, okay, all these people also will be there, okay, and along with that some stakeholders which is involved, okay. But we're not talking about that layer. So just on the execution layer, okay, the gathering of the requirement will be done by business analyst. The business analyst will talk to business people and all, gather all the requirements. Okay, so then the development architects will understand, like, so understand the requirements, what is the right, what is wrong, whether the database, maybe Oracle database is right, maybe Kubernetes cluster is right, okay, maybe AWS cloud is right, or Azure, let's go, all the decisions all on the architect level. And finally, it comes to the developers, by the way. Like development architects also does more things on the development side. I just mentioned infra perspective. They'll think about Java, whether to use Java for this best one, or whether to use Node.js for this as the best one. Okay, so what are the features they have to use it? Okay, how do you design? What is the API design? So many things will be there. So okay, so that's the designing part. So that's fine. And developer come to the development and testing on does the testing, and finally the product has to start deploying. Now, when the product deploying, by the way, so then what will come? So the things will come is, okay, so a data center, because let's say there is no cloud. Let's talk about history, right? We're talking history. There was no cloud. And how do I do that? Then probably I should have a data center. If I have my own data center, if I can afford my own data center, I will go with my data center, or else I'll go with the shared data center services. There are vendors who offer data center as a service. We'll go and ask for these many servers. You'll get it. Whatever it is, the DC team is involved. Data center team is involved. And after that, what they will do, so they will keep all the servers, put some networking and all. Networking, doing this networking and all, network team will come. Okay. Once after networking team has connected all the things, by the way, so your servers, then the OS team will come into picture and install the operating system. Linux team will come into picture. Okay, because most of the server operating systems are Linux. So OS team will come into picture, and these guys will install the operating system and make it ready for use. And the application team, middleware team will come into picture. So then what they will do is they will go and try to so start installing the application. Now this application ultimately requires some database, by the way. So the DBA team will come into picture, and and the DBA will come into picture, and the DBA, by the way, he has to store the data in somewhere very securely, because that data is very important, right? And that's where we need to store the data in a very proper place, and the storage team will come into picture. Okay, now the storage team is mostly for the hot data, by the way. There should be always a cold data also, like so cold data in the sense this data is not actively needed, but you need to backup and all. Backup team will come into picture. Okay, so like these different teams will come into picture. Now this is a web application. Now, since this is a web application, security is a very important aspect. Now the security team will come into picture. AppSec or InfoSec will be there. And so these are all the teams you need to coordinate to bring the application up and running. Now it could be anywhere it can go wrong. Okay, So there's a massive number of teams, and so coordination is all a bit pain, by the way. So, and multiple teams are there. If something is not working, application team will say that that's a network problem. Network will say that I don't have any problem. So someone will say OS problem. You don't have any clue, by the way. Okay, so there used to be challenges like that. But whatever it is, that used to be that used to be the way that we used to run the show. Okay, and that is where, okay, so now the DevOps as a process, by the way, so which is actually getting addressed this as a problem, and that to be in the agile model, by the way. In agile, okay, in waterfall model, you used to have a after 6 months, 1 year, you used to get the things to production. But in agile, by the way, they are going to run it in a very short cycle. Okay, so let's say 2 weeks. 2 weeks is one of the widely used one. People are there who use 1 week, 3 week, 4 week. People are there who uses that, but widely used in the industry is 2 weeks. Now 2 weeks they are going to release a change into the production. Okay, that's where you see a lot of updates in your mobile. In your mobile, every day you will get an update. I mean, some app you will get an update every day. So why they are getting those many updates, or why are getting those many updates? Because these guys are agile. Okay, so doing agile methodology, by the way. So now our application also, we need to make the changes. Okay, so the changes can be a bug fixing, the changes can be a feature release. Okay, the changes can be a new application launch or new product launch or whatever it is. Okay, these are all continuous efforts will happen. While these are happening, okay, so the coordination becoming a challenge over here and in a short term, and that's where okay, so the DevOps actually coming into picture as, or DevOps as a process coming into the picture, and the engineer is going to run that particular process, okay, which is uh, okay, so which is a DevOps engineer. Now in the DevOps engineer, okay, so what he's going to do, he's going to replace all the one guy who is going to do all the jobs. Now, hypothetically, we need to talk about, is it possible? Isn't it? So is it possible or not? We need to understand. So it's like, okay, the solution is there for that. And the solution for this is technology evolution, especially the technology evolution through automation. And next one is a cloud majorly. Okay, cloud is the one which everyone is adopting, by the way. So there is many reasons that why cloud to be adopted. And one of the reason you already seen the problem, like, coordination is one of the problem for me. And so that's where the middleware is the work that I'll take care, because application things and all I will take care. The OS comes as a responsibility from cloud. Storage comes as a responsibility from cloud. Backup as a responsibility comes from cloud. Network comes from a responsibility from cloud. Data center comes as a responsibility from cloud. And DB also, like, it's a different thing, depends upon the database which you are using. But even though if you are looking for completely a cloud service, also it is possible. That's where I mentioned cloud. Still okay, that's fine. If not, another person will be there in our team who is a DB guy. And apart from that, AppSec and InfoSec is also there, like security persons. Now, security persons also is more aligning towards tools, and all. They are also maturing, by the way. And they also have tools, and the cloud also offers some of these tools, by the way. And all these particular tools, even if falls under our area. So now as a DevOps engineer, you're going to deal with the microservices and the cloud majorly. And if you are want to call yourself as a DevSecOps engineer, so where AppSec and InfoSec also, you start involving in your process of application releases, by the way. When the development is done, you're releasing the change to the developer. So that changes is also being validated through some security aspects or security checks, by the way. And you are the person who is owning to do that particular checks as a part of the process. So then DevSecOps comes into picture. So you may be a DevSecOps engineer as well if you are dealing with the security. Otherwise, you are DevOps engineer. Security majorly falling towards DevOps area majorly in last few years. No doubt in that. So that's where probably, okay. So we can also call our training as DevSecOps training, in fact. All right. So this is what is the, thing. This is the reason that, or this is the way that, so this is the path that, how DevOps engineer has been evolved into the market. And it's not new. It's already been 15 years history that, DevOps engineer is having. Okay, it's not new today. It's still, that's okay. But we're just talking about the bit history until the problems. And the next one is, and the next one towards that is a very important thing. This is the history, now what is DevOps. Okay, you understand basic understanding. But however, you just think about what I have to learn here. Okay, fine. So many things is mentioned. So what is learned? So you learn one cloud and you learn how to manage microservices and you're done. Yes, kind of yes, but also to be done in a another way. So that's where, okay, you need to understand the roles and responsibilities of a DevOps engineer. The roles and responsibilities of a DevOps engineer, it comes is managing infrastructure. So that means you're running a cloud infrastructure, and how do you manage that infrastructure? So it's not like, probably traditionally you open YouTube and find it out, like, like let's say cloud training. You may be getting cloud-based training, but they show you on the UI, by the way. The UI is not the one that we generally run in the organizations, by the way. We run through automation and infrastructure management, everything as a code. Everything as a code. Okay. So that's where, okay, managing the infrastructure is one of the biggest work of yours. And that is we call it as IAC, infrastructure as code. And also we talk about CI/CD, or we do CI/CD, not talk. We do CI/CD in the work, by the way. CI stands for continuous integration. CD stands for deployment, by the way, continuous deployment or continuous delivery, we call it. And now in this area, what we are going to do is our job is to release the application very smoother. Now, how do you determine that, application went smoother or there are any errors? All these particular aspects is a big aspect, by the way. Okay. So we are going to have. The last but not least, which is automation and scripting. Now, everything you do is through automation only. No manual effort, no manual work. Okay. Completely going through automation. Whatever you do choose, okay, your work has to be delivered through automation. Now, automation comes with its own advantages, by the way, to avoid the mistakes, especially. Right. So this is what is the roles and responsibilities of a DevOps engineer, being a DevOps engineer. Now, whatever you learn, by the way, so should align to this everything, isn't it? Right. So that's where now again the next question is, okay, I learned these particular things. Like, what are these things, by the way? So end of the day, these all been what do we call? These all will be translated to some tools, by the way. Managing infrastructure, okay, is a concept, that's fine. But how do you do that? It's a translated, and it's basically a tool will come into picture. And that tools is the question that we have now. What are the tools that you're going to learn? Now it's a big question, by the way. Okay, what are the tools that you are going to learn? Isn't it a big question? Because okay, you may be searched in the market that, so every one of us is trying to tell this is what you need to learn, that is what you need to learn. Like, there is a difference in delta. There's always a delta in the content, isn't it? I'm not sure. At least if you are not, you should always start looking in, right? So you should always look in the other places that, so what they are teaching, what this guy is teaching, whether I'm investing that in the right place or not. Okay, you're investing your time and money. So whether are you investing your money and time in the right place or not? Okay, so what is these guys are teaching? So that is one aspect, and whether these are the really things which is needed, by the way. Okay, so now, like, let's say 10 DevOps trainers teaching the same topic doesn't mean also that is the same thing which is being used in the industry, isn't it? That may be different also, right? So that is where we need some confidence on what to learn, and the same questions arises to me as well. Okay, what to teach, isn't it? So for you, what to learn, like, let's say maybe you reach out to some people, maybe your friends, or relatives, friends, whatever it is, they tell you this, that, and all with their knowledge, right? And maybe their scope is limited because they also work in the organization and they know certain things. They are working on something. They know certain things. So they will ultimately, tell you these are the things, right? But that may be true or not, even I don't know. Or even I am also working. I work in organization. Maybe I see some tools. Maybe I can increase my breadth by going to other projects, by the way, and I can talk to them like what they are dealing with. I'll come to know about it. But what about other than my organization? What is happening in the world? I don't know, isn't it? So somewhere you need to gain this confidence, even for me as well. Okay. And that's where we are actually, okay, following something called as roadmap.sh. Roadmap.sh is a NGO, by the way, non-revenue generating, I'll not call it as NGO. So you call that as, community, by the way. So which they don't generate any revenue, but however, okay, it's a community. Okay, so the community is very big community, by the way. So they stand even the sixth most started project in the GitHub, by the way. Okay, a lot of people like these guys, and there are thousands of people who are contributing to this one. So about their ideas, discussion, and finally they make a roadmaps. Okay, for each and every one. So here there are different roadmaps, by the way. So here, roadmap for different roles that you're looking for. Out of this, we are having DevOps as a roadmap, by the way, here. All right. So this is, okay, this is going to cover different verticals that you're going to learn, okay, for you to become a DevOps engineer. If you want to become a DevOps engineer, so then, okay, you should learn about all these verticals. Now in these verticals also, they will give you multiple choices, and along with them, they are going to tell you certain suggestions, by the way. There's a personal opinion, okay, a personal recommendation from this community, or else alternative options are also there. Okay, so now what we are doing actually over here is we are doing a cherry picking here. Okay, we're doing a cherry picking. That means, like, or like, let's say you have a programming language, Python and Go is there. Now we are going to pick one out of that. Any one is fine. And one, again, with my experience also, probably what can be delivered better and things like that, and aspects, and some knowledge around the market and all. So we'll also put on that. So mostly, like, very rare you'll see a couple, by the way. One or two. So based on that, we are going to pick it up, and we are going to deliver. We are delivering the same thing. Okay. So that's where in the programming language, by the way, it's okay. It's been called as a programming language, but it's just more of a scripting language. Even they will be writing, you will be able to use this language to write automation scripts only. Okay. So here is the one. All right. So the Python. So Python is the one which we have in this particular syllabus. Now each and every yellow is a vertical. Now coming to the operating systems, we are going to learn about RHEL derives, which is Red Hat, which is widely used, and we are going to use that. And coming to the live terminal, you're going to talk about different Linux commands, by the way. So process monitoring, performance monitoring, network tools. You have a bunch of tools that you're going to learn in Linux. So this is the one. And after that, you're going to talk about some scripting as well, shell scripting, bash shell scripting, and also some editor, like, how do you edit the files in Linux and all. So this all is just falls under Linux. You will learn it. And the next one is a version control system, the VCS we call it up. So we learn Git. It is the only one which is there. And Git with GitHub, by the way, a hosting solution for Git as a service. So we're going to use this. Now, to set up a project, you require a web-based application, right? So the web-based applications, these are all the concepts which will come into picture. All the concepts will touch. Okay, even we have the project which will require all these particular things. And coming to the containers, you're going to learn something called as Docker. And you're going to learn a cloud, by the way, which is AWS. And you're going to learn the network protocols, all the protocols you'll learn, other than this SFTP. SFTP is a file transfer protocol, which generally may not fall under our world, but it's just a one protocol in the operating systems, by the way. But others, you will see that an implementation as well. And the next one is you're going to mostly go with the serverless, by the way. So serverless is, we are going to go with the Lambdas, and we'll write Lambda functions. And infrastructure provisioning, we are going to deal with completely with Terraform. So huge Terraform, will write it out for our training. And coming to the configuration management, so we're going to deal with Ansible. And coming to the CI/CD tools, so CI/CD tools is a bit, many tools are there. Certain legacy tools like Jenkins is there. Certain modern tools like GitHub Actions is there. So it's very difficult to, so justify which to use, by the way, like, in fact, like, or which to teach. So that's where in this one, what I'm doing is I'm teaching both, by the way, Jenkins and GitHub Actions, both I'm teaching. Okay, and the secret management with Vault. So HashiCorp Vault is there in our syllabus. And infrastructure monitoring, we have Prometheus Grafana. And application monitoring, we're going to have New Relic. Okay. And also we'll use Prometheus also for some of the aspects for even app monitoring for Prometheus. And the next one which we are going to get here is a log management by using Elastic Stack. We'll talk about this. and container orchestration, which is Kubernetes. And Kubernetes have a complete roadmap also. Okay, if I just click on this, it will take you to the Kubernetes roadmap, and we'll talk about each and every concept which is over here, even the Kubernetes roadmap. And after that, you're going to have the artifact management. We will talk about Artifactory, and we'll be talking about GitOps, which is Argo-CD. Okay, and then GitOps in the sense like deployment tool, especially CI/CD we're talking about, right? Now CI is here, especially CI is here. So these are all tools for CI, by the way. So deep for CD purpose, the Argo-CD is the one we are doing. And coming to the service mesh, we have Istio on Kubernetes again, and mostly the design patterns for that. The design patterns are availability of the application, the security of the application, scaling of the application, data security. Okay, so all those particular things will anyhow deal with the project. By the way, these patterns you will come to know. So this is what the syllabus we are teaching. We are not even skipping one single vertical, by the way. Okay, so we are covering each and every vertical over here. And these vertical also, now go back to the previous history, or history in the sense like previous slides. I was talking about massive applications like Netflix, Uber, and all. They're having thousands, hundreds of microservices. Okay. Now, if I am actually teach, but I were to teach, by the way, we can't go at that scale. Definitely not possible. Agree. But you can't also go with one, by the way. One is okay. 1, 2, and all will not bring you the complexity. Now, somewhere we had to bridge the gap of the scaling the things versus so the minimal things that you're going to learn in the training, right? So that's where our project comes into picture, okay, to bridge that particular gap. So we go to till 11 microservices we're going to deliver, by the way, okay, in this particular training. So a true microservice architecture that is going to help us in learning all these particular all these concepts in a little complex way. So one component when you're dealing, okay, with a hello world application, things will not be that much complex, in fact. Okay, so you're going to have, or you're going to need little complex way of doing the things. You have to learn that way only. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. So that's where our training is actually going to be, okay, so delivering the big project, by the way. Now, not only about the big project again, now there is another aspects come into picture. So now we are going to deal with the live systems. Now we are going to talk about, okay, the system that is running out there. And what we'll do is we'll do some sort of tests, by the way. So we are going to, okay, gather the analytics and all. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to, okay, so keep the systems, by the way, at live, and we're going to do a smoother releases. That's what I was talking, right? Now, how do you do the CI/CD, by the way? So how do you ensure, okay, how DevOps engineers are responsible for setting up and maintaining the CI/CD pipelines and all. They ensure that the code that are automatically built, tested, and deployed to the production environments in a consistent and reliable manner. That meaning, okay, you should not have any errors. Okay, errors is not anticipated, so you should not do that. So that's where we do a lot of load test, by the way. So then what we are going to do is we'll have some errors, and every batch has its own pattern. I think so. I'll show you a couple of batches. Now, what we'll do every batch is we're going to collect the metrics, by the way. So monitoring is there. Okay, we're going to do the monitoring. We're going to do the load test, and on that load test, assuming the real load is coming into the system, and you're going to and we're going to okay, touch the systems, by the way. That means doing some changes will throw some errors, and we'll be starting working on those particular errors. And ultimately, okay, so we are going to get a zero errors, by the way. Now, probably one way we got some 3 errors, and out of 87,000 requests I sent, by the way, so I got 596 errors. And maybe after that, again, I solved it. Maybe, it's all solutions, like, a lot of exercise we have to do it behind the scene, lot of fine tuning. Then we should be able to achieve this. Every batch will do the same exercise. Okay, so if I go to this batch, maybe here also it is same thing. So here also it is same. So I sent some 12,000 requests, I got some 21 errors. So here 19,000, I got some 9 errors. and also like, so 18,003 errors. I mean, different approaches. And finally, at the last, by the way, so I sent some 76,000 error, 76,000 by the way. So, but there were no errors actually. The errors only at till this time. But after, you can see these two spikes, right? So here is one load test happened. Here is another load test happened. So during the second load test, the errors did not came in. We observed and we closed this. Okay. So end of the day that, so we wanted to ensure that our application is getting delivered with zero downtime. Okay, so that is the ultimate goal, and that's what we'll try to achieve without any compromise. And that's where it takes a very long time to complete this particular training. So we take 3.5 months to complete this training. Okay, the reason for this is very simple. You're going to see that things at a scale, and to build the things at that scale, you need to learn a bit more, by the way, than just generally what you learn. Like maybe like, for an example, as a tool, like, so Kubernetes, the things. Now the Kubernetes, if you learn, by the way, now a lot of people, even as an inquiries, we get it. Do you teach Kubernetes? So teaching Kubernetes is not the problem, by the way, because you go to an organization, there won't be only Kubernetes as a software. You will not have only Kubernetes software. Okay, there'll be a whole ecosystem. Okay, now ecosystem matters, right? So that's where, if you see this in the roadmap, Kubernetes is one guy here. Okay, so a lot of other ecosystem is very important, and that's where the people are, okay, so not able to, okay, gain the opportunities in the market or grab the opportunities in the market. Okay, they don't see the full picture. That's the problem. Okay, so Kubernetes, of course we have to work on the Kubernetes. Of course you need to get the in-depth on knowledge on Kubernetes, but not only the Kubernetes you will learn, or sorry, you will do, by the way. There are other ecosystems. Without those ecosystems, these tools doesn't matter. So that's where you should have a full picture. Okay, so that's how these are the tools that anyhow we are going to learn in the training. And finally, okay, so that's all from my side for today. And like other aspects, like organizing aspects, is already mentioned by the team already. So like, so we'll be having a QA sessions every day. Our team will be there. Even oftenly, I will also be pulled if the team is not able to answer it. And technically, by the way, I'll always come into the place. Okay, so and I will always answer. I'll always be there during the lab session timings as well. And so other aspects already mentioned, like, recordings, how time, things and all other aspects, that is fine. And that's all from my side for the demo perspective. So that's where we understand, like, so where this DevOps is coming from and what we are learning, whether we are learning whatever we are learning. Okay, is it matching with the as the real learnings of the market, by the way, we compared with roadmap. And one last thing I would keep it over here is, or I would like to tell here is, so how our flow will be there in the training, how our flow will be there. So this is the flow. We're going to start our training with Linux. Okay, just immediately after 1 or 2 days. So then immediately we're going to start with the cloud and start dealing with the things. Cloud goes into the cloud is all the way, every day the cloud will be there. Okay, so completely we're going to deal everything on the cloud. After that, we're going to bring the project in the very starting. We don't do the project at the ending, by the way. We do the project at the starting. Doing the project at the starting is very important for me, at least in my thought process. Why? Because if you do start doing the project at the very starting, you will know the problems. Okay, so that can help you in visualizing what is the problem, what is the solution. You can start think about the solutions. You have to face the problems. Otherwise, you simply learning the tool is always fine, by the way, but how to use it is a question mark. Okay, so that's where what we actually, my presentation is, my presentation approach is always I come with a project and we're going to bring a long list of problems, by the way. We'll have a discussion. So each and every point over here. So we'll try to keep it what all the problems. Now, let's say if I go to the any ongoing batch, the problems are still open. You will see in some other color. You can see this. These are all not green, by the way. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to collect all the problems. I need problem. And those particular problems, we're going to start working on the solutions. So then automation will come into picture. So different tools in the automation. And then we start doing the containerization, different tools in the containerization. And even in fact, actually some of the tools, what you see over here was not there in the roadmap.sh also, if you have observed. So some of the tools like especially like, so Helm charts was not there. Okay. And then, SonarCube was not there. And even these security tools was not there. So checkmarks and CIS, and all these particular concepts was not there. Okay, so but we had to include that as well, like as I mentioned. So here we're going to deal with the containerization, and then once we start deploying the application in containerized world, we'll start collecting the things by the way. So what is happening inside? So through monitoring. So we have monitoring, and after that you have we're going to start once we have application deployed, and once we have our application built by the way and deployed, and we have monitoring in place. So then we start doing the CI/CD. That means we start releasing the applications, we'll know the behavior, the graphs which we have seen, right? So those ones will come into picture. Now, after that, everything, by the way, so this is, once we smoothen this, we're going to deal with the security, and we're going to end up the training with the security aspects. Okay, so that's all from my side for today. And if you have any questions, please, you will be having a option to raise the hand. Please raise the hand. I will come and please raise the hand and wait, by the way. You know, to click on raise hand again and again. You do one click on raise hand, and I'll come to you. So there'll be a queue, by the way. I'll just come one to one and I'll answer those particular things. And if you have any questions, please raise your hand and ask. And also you can keep it on the chat, but rather than that, I would suggest you to talk, by the way. Okay. So please, if you have any questions, go ahead. Yes, Joshua.
Actually, this is Deepti. My son's name was there on the Zoom.
No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Raghu. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Raghu, this is Deepti. Actually, I have total 13 years of experience in TCS, Raghu. My qualification is MTech in Computer Science and Engineering.
Okay.
So through campus, I have selected in TCS, and my entire career is into TCS only. I mean, actually, I have client exposure as I have traveled into multiple countries like Malaysia, Singapore, USA, Kuwait, and I am working as a delivery manager as of now. Earlier roles I have placed like test manager, project manager, scrum master, almost in industry, all kind of roles I have played.
Okay.
So due to this COVID situation, I came back to India, and as I am continuously working in TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, skills wise, I want to upgrade myself, Raghu. So I have seen some of the reviews and YouTube videos also regarding either Shiva and for you also. The content is very good. So to upskill myself, as I have already nearly 13 years of experience, is it right choice as I am going to start from the scratch again, right? So I have this kind of query in my mind, like, is it right choice to go? As of now, this cloud with DevOps is a good option to me. So could you please suggest, because I want to go for the career change also, Raghu.
So if you are looking for upskilling, there is no doubt actually, this is fine. Okay, you will definitely get the knowledge and all. But however, okay, so once after you do the upskill, you want to shift completely onto this area, like, coming all the way from that, to select, non-PS roles, we call it as, non-PS, right? So because Scrum Master, these PMs and all usually considered as non-PS usually.
Okay.
Or maybe like depends, by the way. So we just look that way. So because in some of the organizations, these roles are just non-billable roles also. Like I also work in a consulting firm. Okay, I work for ThoughtWorks. So so this will go as an investment to the customer. They may not be really charged like as a developer or a QA or as an engineer. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, okay.
I worked as a QA engineer also. I mean, testing wise also, I know the knowledge end to end and this agile methodologies and everything. Yeah, please go ahead, Raghu. Please go.
So that's where now you want to be on that layer only, but still you wanted to know that, what is the process happening on the ground. Also, you can learn the same. Okay.
Not only that, like I want to, because as I'm continuously in the same organization, career wise and upskilling myself also, I want to really shift the organization also, Raghu.
Yeah. So while shifting, you're thinking about to go as a hands-on engineer only, correct? Is that?
Right.
Then that's fine, no problem. Then you're in the
So
right.
whatever the sample projects that you are going to teach us maybe during this tenure of 3.5 months or 3 to 4 months time, so will it definitely help me to showcase myself because as I have 13 years of experience, at least to some extent, like 7 + 5 years of DevOps experience, so definitely I will do hands-on. It all depending on me, like how I am going to gain the knowledge and how much hands-on practice I am going to put in, right? So my doubt is here, like, will it definitely help me to keep at least 4 + years of experience out of whatever the knowledge I'm going to gain here?
Yeah. Right. No problem with that.
Okay.
You're
And
thinking
one more
about the hands-on, I'll help you. No worries in that. If you have anything else in the mind only, then the discussion would come into picture.
Okay. And one more last doubt is like, I have already 13 years experience, right? So can we get calls for this cloud DevOps with 13 years of experience outside? Still the market is
You should be getting. Yeah, you should be getting.
okay. Okay, Raghu. Okay,
Right.
Raghu. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a
So
lot.
calls is not a problem. Let's say now you waited for a long time, you get one call and you should be in a position to crack that. That is very important. Okay. Now you have to prepare in such a way that you go for an interview, that is your job. Okay. I always look that. In that way,
Right.
yes, definitely why not?
Actually, I was at on-site all the time. I worked at multiple countries. So, I mean, right? I was worked client exposure. I was worked closely with the client with all these roles. But I haven't get a chance to upskill myself. But I think at least this is the right time to switch myself, Raghu. What will you say? Is it
Yeah, it is fine actually.
correct?
Even
Okay.
one of the demand role in the market is called as engineering managers, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, especially in the organizations, I mean, in the modernization, by the way, a lot of organizations, we are seeing the engineering managers lacking, and where you come from a QA background, ultimately you have some context of development as well, right? So,
Right.
and you
Yes,
come to the
Raghu.
engineering, so now you have a high level picture on how the product can be released technically as well.
Right.
So you can
Right, Raghu.
start even applying not only the hands-on role, you can also look for an engineering manager role also.
Okay. I think then I am at the right place, right, Raghu?
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, Raghu. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for your valuable time.
Yeah, hi Raghu.
Yeah.
This is Ashwin.
Yeah.
I worked in Infosys for past 3 years. This is my first company. In my college days, I get a job in Infosys. I'm working in here.
You're working as a?
Infosys. In Infosys.
Working as a?
I'm
Working
working.
as in which technology?
I'm working as a front-end technology.
Okay.
I have worked in a support project only.
Mhm.
In Indigo.
Mhm.
Which it is this right time to move it to AWS. So,
I mean, right. Wrong time will not be there. Okay. So it's all about whether you wanted to go on to the engineer from a developer is what you need to take a decision, by the way, which I will not give any suggestion on that on my perspective, by the way. So because it has to be your call.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You want to come from development and you made your mind that, yes, I will for sure go and become a engineer. Yes, then I can help you. But decision, you try to make it.
Yeah, no, as of now, I don't have any coding skills. That's why I'm shifting to AWS. I'm thinking,
No, this is also going to be engineer role is completely coding role, by the way. So in the demo I already shown, right?
yeah,
Completely going through automation and coding only.
less coding it is okay. In React and Node.js, TypeScript, they are asking multiple of the languages. That's why I'm shifting in here.
Okay.
I'm
So that's
thinking.
again a different choice, by the way. So I mean that's a different perception to look in, but that's okay. Coding will be there. I mean plus or minus will be there. Some
Yeah.
projects will be more, some projects will be less, depends upon the project which you are going to work on.
Are you provided placement, Raghu?
So placements, like I mean, you can talk to the team. Any technical questions I can answer. So apart from that, any of such questions, you can talk to the team post this session.
course for hands-on practice and all are will be.
It's going to be hands-on only.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Raghu, my name is Ram Prakash. So I guess the similar question earlier the two participants asked. So I've been working in Dell in core sales, like I sell laptops, Inspirons and all. So I was just thinking to switch from the core sales to into IT. So is this the correct, can you suggest, I mean, I believe this, depending upon the current situation, the market trend, I believe this is the correct, course for me to join. What do you suggest? I mean, how do you see, I mean, into a core sales and moving into this? So,
For you also, it is the same answer. You had to decide and come to me that I will go for
yeah,
DevOps engineer, or I want to become a DevOps engineer, then I can help you definitely.
yeah,
Because we are selling the course, and if you ask us, by the way, we'll tell the things only, right? So we're not the
get
right
it.
persons to talk
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
for that, but just a thing like as a we right now into a course sales moving in time fix that, yeah, I need to learn the course, but how do you look into your perspective, like how do you suggest?
I mean, like let's say you made your mind and you did the training in that context. Shall I go ahead and mention in that way?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's basically like, so once you did the thing, so probably you have to mask some of your experience into the DevOps thing, and you have to get onto the market with holding or saying that I'm already working as a DevOps engineer. So not on the sales. Hello.
yeah, thanks Raghu.
Hello, hi Raghu. This is Venkatesh here.
Yeah.
I'm having 13 years of experience in IT. I work for different technologies in SAP. Currently, I'm working as a Scrum Master from last 3 years, and also acting as a management also. Even I want to the same question that someone asked in the call. Even I want to upgrade and move to DevOps. How it will be suitable for us from that role to this role if I move to work in DevOps?
What is your current designation?
Currently, I'm a Scrum Master.
Designation, not role, designation.
My role currently is it's showing as software
No,
engineer.
listen, Venkatesh, I'm not asking about your role. I'm asking about your designation on paper.
It is a software engineer.
Software engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's fine. You can go with that. So you can, okay. So once you made up your mind, again, the same answer. Once you made up your mind, so since your role is also mentioned as engineer, so you can always go out and say to the market that you're already working as a DevOps engineer.
Okay. Like I see in the screen that you mentioned, like we need Python and all. Is it mandatory, right? Yeah.
We're not,
How
yeah.
is
Otherwise,
it,
they're
how
not.
in depth we need to know that? Even I'm not into much code. That's the reason I'm asking.
No, don't take any discounts, by the way. First, cut off that discount thinking. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, now let's say you appear for an interview. The other person is having good knowledge on Python. You have less knowledge on Python. Let's say who will get the job?
The other person. Yeah.
Why you need to lose the job? Taking that discount, why you will not learn?
Okay. You mean
So
that
don't
it's
take any discounts, by the way. So that is a very bad mentality. Like a lot of people have it, and ultimately they'll not. See, there is only a person with success without a person is only about the thought process. It's not anything. He doesn't have 10 hands. He doesn't have 10 heads. Okay. It's a simple person like us. It's only the thought, the way that you look at the problem, by the way, right? So coding will be there. Okay. Whatever the coding it is, accept that I will learn it. Then I can help you. Otherwise, you are giving half hand. Okay. I can also can't stretch my hand as well.
Okay.
So
Got
it has
it.
to be a full handshake. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you made up your mind, like that's what again I'm repeating. You have to make up your mind that okay, you're coming to here, whatever it takes, you have to go through that. And ultimately, I will also help you in becoming something, by the way. Otherwise, it is going to be a problem.
Got it, Raghu. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, one more thing, how will be the packages for my experience?
The packages goes on different context, by the way. So it depends on your existing packages, depends upon the skill that you're holding. Because like, so some people holds definitely the better and best skill. Ultimately, we go beyond the box and offer generally sometimes. Okay. And sometimes it depends upon the organization you're offering, or you're actually, offering in the sense like organization it is offering, whether some organizations, they will have some standard practice, okay, on giving it. It all depends upon different aspects. City matters, country matters, different things will be there. So I think that is out of context, which is not I'm not the right person to talk about it. So we have seen market at least like, so the people are paying, so good skilled people are getting paid even to 7x, 8x also. Okay. 7x, 8x means a 10 years of DevOps engineer. So grabbing like, 70, 80 lakhs packages as well in the market. So that
Okay.
depends upon the skill, by the way. It's not like a body shop, right? So not a material shop. Okay. Like, you have 10 years, ultimately you get this much package. No, I know there are 10 years of experienced people not even getting 10 lakhs package also.
Okay, got it.
So
Yeah.
it all depends upon different aspects. So I think that's not the right thing to look in, by the way. So if you're looking for money, by the way, then you're doing a DevOps engineering is a wrong thing you're doing, by the way. You should get onto some business.
Why the question is like I'm having that kind of the package, so that's the reason I asked.
It's all end of the day matters on the material that you hold. By.
Okay, got
You
it.
convince, you get it.
Yeah. Okay, Ravi. Thank you.
Sai Kiran, can you? Moving on.
Hello. Hi, Raghu.
Yes, Harish.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Raghu, I have total 10 years of experience. Let me come with my experience. I worked as a system admin, then server admin, Citrix, VMware, and I moved to cloud. Now I am into pure Azure cloud. Okay, I learned some DevOps also, but still I need some better training. I was looking. Now I can choose career with current which you are providing DevOps, AWS DevOps, and parallelly I can go with Azure DevOps. Can I survive like DevOps engineer in the market?
You should be, yes.
Because I have around 6+ years in Azure only. My entire experience into Azure only.
So that
Will
is
this
okay.
be
You already have an Azure experience. And in this particular training, you're going to get AWS and as well as DevOps, by the way. And
okay?
you already mentioned, some DevOps. And, so ultimately it's going to be an advantage only, not a disadvantage.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in your profile, you're going to wait more because you know two clouds, in fact.
Yeah, yes. Can we get any training in Azure also, like Azure DevOps repositories and all? No.
No, Azure ADO is a retired product, right? Have you not seen the news?
Okay, of course.
No, when you say Azure DevOps, you're talking about ADO or Azure Cloud.
Yeah, ADO only.
ADO is a retired product, boss.
Okay.
His retirement is announced 2027, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
So they're completely so shifting towards GitHub Actions only.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
So when
our
you say Azure DevOps
roadmap,
that
we have.
and you're saying Azure, that I think no, you're not holding any cloud, right? So that's just one tool, by the way.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
And the classes will be daily 1 hour or daily 2 hours?
Daily 1.5 hour.
1.5 hour.
Yeah.
It starts at 6 a.m., right?
Right.
6 to 7:30.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi.
Yeah.
Hi, Raghu.
Yeah.
My name is Amikran. So, is it good for freshers?
So there are opportunities for freshers as well, but comparing with the experienced persons, it will be less.
Okay. Actually, I have a career gap.
Okay.
So, if I take this course, how will be my future?
And how did you use in the sense you will get you don't want job?
Yeah, I want, but I don't have any knowledge
For
in
knowledge
this.
only you're paying and attending, right?
Yeah.
You'll get the knowledge from the train.
Okay.
Hey, hi Raghu.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Manish. Actually, I'm a software engineer, 5 years of experience, basically working on the technology React Native for the mobile application development. But I also like knowledge of like full stack, front and back end. So my questions so basically I'm currently in a like tech lead role. So I also do work and like also work with like juniors and all. So, but my basically problem is like I'm working like with one of my own project like 2 and 3, but I am like not getting like enough time to work on them, and also I want to like upskill myself for the like devs role. I also know little bit like monolithic architecture I will do on when I'm working as like full stack. So my question is like what is like a day-to-day life of a like DevOps engineer, because it's not like every time it's like a release day. So can you explain like if how much time like I can get apart from the like my job to work on all like my own projects? So hello.
No, your question is little unclear to me because you're asking how much time that you need to spend to on your own project. Is that your question?
Uh, it's not like it's my own project, so basically, I I don't need like every day like 4 hours, 6 hours. But basically, I'm asking like apart from like release day, what is like day to day life of a DevOps engineer? So
So we are
what?
also infra developers, by the way. So we have like how you have your backlog. We also have our own backlog, by the way, for the new
Okay.
features come in, for the software updates that would come in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so cloud related changes that would come in. Okay. And regular maintenances
Mm-hmm.
as well. So we have our own backlog to deal with, and we'll be working with
Okay.
our, yeah.
Okay. 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 Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Not able to hear you, Wahida.
Yeah, hello, good morning, Raghu.
Yeah.
So actually, this is Wahida. I have recently completed my master's from computer applications in October 2023, and right now I'm working as an intern, and my role is like programmer analyst. So as a outside, I will be considered as a fresher only. So my question here is like, as a fresher, do I have a right career path? And also the demand I see is in artificial intelligence and machine learning. This is in higher demand. So my question is like, will this DevOps help me in growing up my future?
Yeah. So that's what I was mentioning. So since you are taking a career choice, it has to be your choice. I am not the right person to tell to which side you have to go.
So actually, someone earlier asked you that as a fresher, will I get good jobs on this? So you told like not much. So I am getting confused on this thing. So should I do this or not? Is my first question as of now, primarily.
Yeah. So whether it is true or not, also you can check it in the internet, right? You can go to internet. Now let's say Naukri is a page that you can let's consider. So
Okay.
now let's keep like, so DevOps engineer.
Mm.
Okay. Then you keep the experience, by the way, so to minimal 0. So how many opportunities you are getting? It's not filtered, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have some jobs, but it's not 0 again,
Yeah.
right? So that's what, like, as I mentioned, but when you actually increase this to something, so then you got more impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where, like I was mentioning, it was less, but not 0. Okay.
Okay.
So now you have to make your choice as well. The
Okay.
choices asking other people is the first thing that, people is failing in the thing. Okay. So someone told me to take, electrical engineering. I did electrical engineering. I don't know Ohm's law also. Okay.
So also my question is like, if I want to take up this course, I want to take it up entirely, like I want to give my 100%. So what are the suggestions that you will provide me in order to get all the knowledge of this DevOps and AWS?
It's only you learn it, by the way. I'll make sure I teach the best, by the way, but you always make sure that, you're taking it by
Okay,
learning.
thank you.
Yeah.
That was it.
Hi Raghu, I'm Raghav.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have 2 years of experience in a startup which works on JS base. I joined as a graduate engineer trainee.
Okay.
There I explore about web applications, including JS mapping with Google Maps, EAPI, and later on I worked on mobile applications with the technology React Native. Actually, due to the health issue, I was resigned last year on the month of May due to post-COVID health situation. Currently, I was unemployed. By taking this course, shall I utilize and to be placed as a fresher, or can put my previous experience, while searching a job?
What was your designation at previous company?
Graduate engineer training.
Graduate engineer training. Okay. You can use that, not an issue. You can use that experience as well.
Yeah, I was exploring online, in the career gap, it may be the reason to not much that successful to to land a job, right? Is it an issue?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You appear for an interview, let's say in the worst case, you get into an interview. That's what I was telling. Now you mesmerize them with your knowledge, by the way. Why they'll not give you a job? Will they really consider about your gap is what I feel. By I never seen such scenario in my whole life. I have done at least maybe 2000 interviews throughout my life easily. Okay. So easily on a number wise, but I never seen any person that, I would consider this guy is a gap and he holds knowledge, like gap will not give him the job. Or maybe I did not work for such organizations who have a policy that, having gap should not consider, by the way. Okay. That's a different thing again, but at least I don't think so.
Yeah, gaining knowledge and skill on this type of technology, we can sustain, right?
That's what again I'm telling. You
Yeah.
appear for an interview, you mesmerize them with your knowledge. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Raghav.
Why they will not give you the job? You think about you also as a manager, right? So will you not give the job? I mean, if you are able to prove that you are the right person for that particular opportunity, what they are looking in, right?
Yes.
So definitely, why not? You'll get a job.
Yeah, thank you, Raghav.
Not able to hear you, Amrita.
Hi, sir. This is Amrita.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm having a 6 years of career gap.
Yeah.
So I want to start my career as a DevOps engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So is this course help me to get a job? It's like my brother actually suggested this course, and he asked me to just Google it and whatever the information gained it, if it is if it's like it will be helpful to you, then go and get in a course.
Yeah. So then you talk to the other team who was mentioned right in the starting. So who
No,
look
sir.
into the recruitment.
Yes, sir. My question is, when I googling about this course in the YouTube and all, the content is same in each and every video.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they are not telling about the project. If once we are completed with the course, we need to learn, we need to do some projects.
Mm-hmm.
For that, they are not teaching, sir, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And in that videos, I come to know about this Shiva sir's video.
Okay.
Okay, and sir said like we will be teaching from the class one. We will be teaching with the projects also.
Correct.
Yes, sir. So from that point, I thought like joining in this course. With this, with 6 years career gap, can I start my career, sir?
That's what, again, you're going to the job perspective. If you have job related questions, talk to the team. If you have any
Okay.
technical related things, you talk to me.
Yes, sir. It's like that. In the course, we will be teaching with one project, right, sir?
Yeah, one big project.
Yes, sir. After completing the course, if we are doing another project by ourselves, if we are having any doubts, are you going to clear, sir?
Yeah, I can help, not an issue.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, Raghu.
Yeah.
Raghu, this is Sai Venkateswaran. Raghu, you'll be teaching the AWS from the starting, or you showed on one table, right?
Yeah, we'll start from scratch, no worries.
Yeah, we'll start from scratch. Right?
Yeah.
And if you have a Q&A questions, can we ask over in the, in the training call, or it will be scheduled on other sessions, right?
Both
Can
the
we
places.
ask over in the train?
Both the places.
Okay.
Any question
And
during
one
the
more.
training will be answered in the training live session only. But apart from that, you also, while doing the practice, you get some more thoughts, questions, some more problems. So those will be answered in the extra lab sessions.
Okay. You'll be teaching in 1.5 hours, right?
Right.
I'm from the production team, and in my role, it was showing me as a software developer 3 role given as a 3.
Yeah, that is fine. That's just CMMI levels, right? L1, L2. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's what my question is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Sir. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Hi, Raghu. This is Ganesh.
Yeah.
So, Raghu, I have around 8 years of experience. I worked as a system engineer, as a system administrator with experience in Windows servers, hosted on VMware, and also on a little bit on the cloud side with AWS EC2 instances. So, my main question is, I see in the syllabus you have so many tools that you are going to cover in the 3.5 months. I'm just a little bit skeptical if that time period is really enough to cover all these topics. So how is it going to be? Is it going to be a brief, high-level explanation of these tools, or are we going deep into each and every tool that you have listed as part of the syllabus?
So I already mentioned it is a project-based approach. So that means the things will go deep only. It's not brief.
Okay, so 3.5 months is a good time to finish all this, right?
Sorry, come again.
So 3.5 months is good enough for covering all these tools, or is it going to be very tight packed? And this is like a boot camp, right? In one way, where you'll be given a lot of knowledge in a short period of time, and you need to pick up from there going forward. Correct?
Not really. It's a full-fledged training only, not a boot camp.
Okay. Okay. So what is going to be the batch size in general? Each and every batch that you
Like it does not matter to you. You will not be right now. Are you able to see anyone?
No.
No, right. It will be same only. You will not see anyone. That's okay. I'm the single point of contact for the technical related things. So no worries.
Okay. Okay.
Wish for more size because more size, more questions.
Yes, correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Hi Raghu.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good morning.
Yes.
Actually, I have a total experience of 7.3 years as of now. So just I am working in a operation domain, and my current designation in my organization is assistant consultant. So for the future perspective, just what you suggest, I should go for this DevOps technology or what?
The same answer I was giving again to everyone. So you have to make your choice, by the way. So it's a career choice you are making. Once you make the choice and you feel that, yes, I want to learn DevOps, then if you are approaching me, I can help you.
Okay.
Not
So
on the
so apart from that, just I have a experience on database and SQL. Okay. And apart from that, just I have taken the training on AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud also, organized by organization only. So based on that, just I'm asking. There is one means you can say the query will be I don't have much knowledge on coding part. I don't have any programming knowledge as of now.
Yeah,
So
you don't need to
on
have any prior knowledge, but we'll start teaching you. You should be
Okay.
open to learn the things. That is important.
Okay. So going forward in coming years, since I am having the experience of 7 years, so what kind of profile will be there for me?
I mean, so it all depends, by the way. I know people with 7 years of experience working as a manager also, with
Okay.
17 years of experience working as an engineer only.
Okay.
Okay, depends upon the way you want to take it. Like, so you want a hands-on role, then it has to be ideally you go in this path, it is engineer.
Mhm.
You go into the management, it is different roles, right? So which
So
side your
so
aspiration is, it depends upon you.
so is there any management role in this DevOps?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Engineering managers will be there.
Okay. So means what would be the path for the same? Can you just give me a 1 or 2 minutes of brief on the same, so that
So
I'll be
they are
clear.
technical guys, but they don't do the hands-on. Okay.
Okay.
They know in and out of the things.
Okay. Okay.
However, they don't do the things.
So
Right?
so I can create the profile based on that, and I can search for the job, right?
That is your choice, by the way. You can
No,
make.
that is on that choice only. Just I'm asking this question. Just
100 will help.
as a management person only, I want to switch in this DevOps field. So is it possible to just create the resume on that part and just can means I'll get the opportunity?
Yeah, it is. But also at the same time, you're just saying 7 years of experience. I know persons when I say, by the way, like, so they just started their career in the same organization. So proven that they are, the best, by the way, they are working, right? So now when you go outside with the 7 years of experience looking for a management role, first of all, look in whether such roles exist or people are how they are looking in. Yeah, based on that, think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my means basically my main question was like this, that only that I have a means experience on both management as well as the operation part. So if I have the interest in this DevOps, So if I'll learn from your session, then there will be any chance to just get the job as a management profile in this field or not? That was my main question.
So because this training is not for manager, right? So maybe they may ask you XYZ other things also being a manager. By the way, this course is for to become a hands-on DevOps engineer.
Yeah, right.
Same course also can be used to become a manager as well if you have that XYZ with you already.
Correct.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, bro.
Yeah.
Was it the lab support and QA will be lifetime access or within over this?
There is no time bound as of now. Utilize it. No problem.
Yeah, we can access it lifetime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, bro. That's my question.
Yeah. Not able to hear you, Ashwani.
Yeah, Raghu. Raghu, I will put, I have 3 years of experience. For this course, I don't have any experience in DevOps. After I learned this course, I will put in my resume for 3 years for this DevOps only.
Yeah, it should be fine.
AWS and DevOps both are same or different?
DevOps is just a process, by the way. AWS is a cloud. Those are two different things. But end of the day, you may need to work with all these things. Not able to hear you, Ashwani.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Hi Raghu, this is Raj Pandit.
Yeah.
I have 8 years of experience in. I am expert in Excel and VBA. So where is the help of DevOps?
For Excel and VBA guy.
Yeah. And SQL Server also.
So that means you want to be a excellent VBA guy, but you want to use DevOps things.
No, DevOps I didn't use it till now. So I wanted to ask you where is the help for DevOps? So I have no idea about DevOps.
Your question is, I'm not getting it clarity. So you're mentioning your experience.
Yeah.
You're relating that to DevOps. Like you're asking
Right,
where
right.
DevOps can be used in your role is what you're asking.
DevOps, no, DevOps, this company is not using DevOps. So I wanted to change the company and move to the DevOps. So where is the help for DevOps? So that is my question. So I don't have any idea about related to DevOps.
Maybe the words you're using is confusing. Where is the help for DevOps is what I just did not understand your question. Can you try to put it in a different way, maybe your question, or you're asking like you're working as a, let's put like this, you're working like excellent VBA guy, but you want to go on to DevOps. So how your experience is going to help you? Is that your question?
Yeah, my question is where is the help for DevOps? So DevOps कहाँ पर मुझे help करेगा if I move to the DevOps engineer? So
No, if you move to the that's what your question is. Words are very not able to bridge the question or frame the question properly. Where the help of DevOps for you means, that's what means is basically your role, what you're working on, you're looking for adopting DevOps and use DevOps in your role is the question, or you are going to leave the existing things and you're going to start fresh
Yeah,
into
I
the
wanted. Yes. I wanted to leave the existing things, and I moved to the DevOps. So DevOps is a
What
help.
is your designation, by the way?
My designation is a data analyst.
Data analyst. Okay. Your designation may be a bit challenging, by the way. So talk to the so the job assistant team that we have, by the way. So they might give you a little bit insights. Like how can you project your current role as DevOps guy?
Okay.
Yeah. Any technical questions? Please go ahead.
No, I don't have any technical questions.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, I.
Actually, I am a fresher, sir, looking for start a career in DevOps. I have one doubt that you will deep explanation of project will be going on. So I want to know that there will be a similar project for all of them, or only one project for each one.
One project for everything, by the way. One project will deal with all these tools, and that's how we work in the organization.
Okay, for an individual person, or for example, a class. For example, a class has 30
For
members. 30
everyone.
members will deal only one project, or 30 members deal 30 projects.
No, one session, one project.
Yes, one session, one project. For only one student or for 30 students?
For everyone, it is same project, same session.
Okay, sir. So maybe all of them will deal only one project, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Ravi. One last question. You are covering DevSecOps also. Sorry.
Yeah.
DevSecOps also you are covering, right?
Correct.
Okay, and one more thing. For suppose I'm working in rotational shifts. Like my shift is like 6 to 2 to 10 and 10 to 6 like that. Is there any possible to join in next batch also, or if
Yeah,
I
you can.
miss?
Hello.
Yeah, Raghu, tell
Yeah,
me.
you can.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, myself Renuka. I'm currently BCA final year student.
Okay.
I was very interested to learn DevOps, and I was aware of front and back end, and was also aware of agile technologies and methodologies also. But my major issue is when I came to this meeting, many people joined that experienced. Being a second year graduate, am I able to compete with them and learn like them?
Yeah, you should be. Why not?
I was ready to keep my heart and soul because I want to place with a big placement, like at least 14 LPA. So I was ready to learn anything and everything. So suddenly a thought came in my mind that am I able to compete with them or not? That's a major issue.
Yeah, your target is already 14 LPA. That means you're already competing with the experienced people only, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you for clarification, sir. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Hi, Rupa.
Yeah.
This is Tejvi. I'm working as a manual tester in Capgemini. I have 2.5 years experience. Can I convert this whole experience into DevOps? This
Your
2.5 years. My designation is manual tester.
You can convince, not an issue, in two ways. One, within your organization itself, like showing your aspiration. You can find out, since Capgemini is consulting firm, and you should be able to find out
Uh,
other projects, by the way, so where you can work on.
yeah,
If you're
Raghu,
able.
but I'm planning to change my company.
That's okay.
But I have also learned like automation, Python, Selenium. I have also learned. I have
Python Selenium
learned.
is related to your role, right? So, but
Yeah, yeah.
engineering is a complete shift.
Yeah,
But your
that's right. Like,
designation is a barrier to you, right? So you're narrowing it down, because so far I asked designations for everyone. So for them, it was always an engineer, by the way, right? So
yeah.
software engineer. So, but for you, it is given as QA engineer. And
Yeah.
so that's where, so when you come out of the.
No, Raghu, my designation is associate software engineer.
That's
They
what I
didn't
asked.
mention, yeah, my role is manual
Roles are
tester, but
different. That's all.
yeah, they have
Then,
given us associate software engineer.
then that's fine, not an issue.
Thank you, Raghu.
Yeah. I don't see any hands anymore. Anyone? Any other questions?
One more doubt, sir.
Yeah.
What is the time period for this course, sir?
3.5 months.
3.5 months. And daily, how many hours? 1.5 hour, right?
Yeah, 6 days a week, and it is 1.5 hour every day.
Okay, every day 1.5 hour is, useful to learn this course.
Is useful means?
Is it enough to gain? Because the time is very less, right? 1.5 hour.
1.5 hour is a training, by the way. After that, you need to practice and digest, right?
Okay.
1.5 hour you eat, by the way, it will take 8 hours to digest.
Yes.
Okay. So the intake is 1.5 hour. Then after that, you have to decode it, digest it, practice it. So it's not that everything in 1.5 hour.
Okay, sir. And I'm a fresher. Maybe it is it is suitable to choose DevOps as a career.
So that I already answered, right? So choice, you
Yeah.
don't ask us, by the way. Even for go to any institute or any training centers, you don't ask for whether I'm suitable. They'll sell you the course, boss. They'll
Yes.
take your money. So we're not the right persons to ask. So you decide. You talk to maybe your relatives. Yeah, someone will be there, right? You talk to
For
them.
example,
Okay, your
yes.
well-wisher will be there. Someone.
Yes.
Talk to them and decide.
That means that doing DevOps is good for you. That's why I'm interested in DevOps only.
Yeah, see, like I always take this example, at least from last decade, I'm giving the same example only. See, one tea selling person became a prime minister of India. That means every tea person is not becoming that.
Yes.
Okay, it's everything depends upon you only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whether your aspiration and your passion is about to take it and do it, and you do it, you get the outcome, by the way. So
Yes, sir.
someone said DevOps is good, and you come in, and for you it may not be good, by the way. For him it was good, for sure. For you it may not be good. Okay, that's where you people need to take the decisions about your career choices, what you're thinking, whether it is aligned to your aspirations.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. I don't see any more hands. So then we'll meet in tomorrow session. So tomorrow 6 a.m. in the morning is the training, and so just use the same links or whatever the links will be shared to you further. So use those particular links and join the session. Thank you. See you in tomorrow then. Bye. Good day. Good night.